Hello.
Hello, to my sound is audible. Hello. Okay. Good mornings to all of you. So today I will discuss about the work measurement revisions. So what is actually a definition of work measurements and what is the importance of the work measurements? So work that is nothing but one of the process to convert raw material into finish. But there should be specific times. Now we have to decide the specific times by using the average performance of the workers, experienced persons, qualified persons, and that time we have to set. And same times we can utilize for manufacturing of the similar types of component. For examples, if you want to manufacture a bush, so what is the standard times for manufacturing of the bush? So that we have to decide by using qualified and experienced persons by including certain allowances, maybe contingency or personal allowance, and it will become standard times. Now, why there is a need to calculate these standard times? Because if we are not calculating the standard times, then it will affect on the cost estimations because how much the production cost, what is the final price, and what is actually machining cost, what is how much amount of money we will have to pay to workers. These questions will be there. To avoid such type of problems in every industry, there is a need to calculate the times, standard times, and this is nothing but our work measurements. So here, work measurement is the application of techniques designed to establish the standard times for activity. Means uh, specific times we have to decide for particular activity. For example, manufacturing of bush, manufacturing of shaft. What is the standard times? So that we have to decide. But how we going to decide? So initially we have to select qualified and experienced persons having 100% performance. So we allow him to do that work, and we have to observe times. Then let us consider the 100% perform of this. So here observe times into 100% performance. In that you can add the different types of allowance. This will give get the standard times. So once again, what is the standard times? It is written by words. It can be defined as the time taken by average experienced worker for a jobs with provisions for delay behind the work controls. There should not be delay in that work. If you are not give the standard times, maybe there is a problems in the manufacturing. Maybe time get waste unnecessary. We are doing other activity, and it is very difficult for cost estimations in the manufacturing. So there is a need to decide the standard times, and the standard times it comes under the work measurement. In last 2 3 chapter, means in first section we have seen that method study and motion study. Method study means a change in methods. We have to develop the new methods, and after that we have gone through the motions of the hand, motions of the bodies, and there is a specific times for this we have seen. But here in the work measurement, while doing the any works, we have to observe sometimes, and it can be converted into standard times, and these standard times we can put for same jobs in the manufacturing, uh, by providing certain types of allowances. And if you do like this way, definitely the production levels targets will get achieved. Then defined delivery date will get achieved. Smooth flow of productions will be there. It is very easy for production planning and controls, and ultimately the productivity will get increased. So work measurements start with the investigation and eliminating ineffective times. Sometimes while doing any types of work, certain times we are not using because of the unnecessary activity, because of the discussions with others, or some other reasons. There may be wastage of time, ineffective times will be there. So here, this is the one of the technique to investigate the waste times in industry. It comes under the work measurement. At the same times, if you want to change any methods of doing works from the any raw material, like the method of manufacturing of forging part, casting part, rolling parts, press tooling parts, etc. If you want to change that methods, then also here we required a certain times. If we save the certain times, ultimately the manufacturing cost will get reduced. So this is the actually scope of the work measurements and need of the time standards. Whatever explanations I have given, it comes under the objectives. The first objective, reveal the existence of ineffective times, if any. Ineffective times means waste times in the productions we can reduce by the work measurement. Different types of the ongoings or the offlines interview will be there. In that questions will be there. So what is actually need of work measurements? Main a need to decide the standard times and eliminate the ineffective times if there is. Then second, set standard times for carry out specific jobs and standard output levels. So suppose you are doing any bush or any rollers or any pins or any shaft, etc. So what should be the standard times for manufacturing jobs? Suppose we have calculated 1 hours. Now this within the 1 hours job has to get complete. If it will not get complete, there is a problems of that workers, there is a problems of the machine, etc. And that we have to find out. So anyhow, whatever the standard times we have decided, within that standard times our production anyhow we have to get it complete. This is the second objectives of work measurement. Now applications where we can use this work measurement techniques to evaluate the worker performance by comparing his output with standard performance. Suppose we have calculated standard times by using qualified and experienced person, and same times we are putting for our next jobs, and there is a different types of the workers, and we have to apply the same rule to that workers. So here's uh, any evaluation criteria uh, will get in this work measurement. Means so many shop floor workers are there. By using the standard times calculations, we can compare the performance of all the workers. Is it possible to manufacture that given a component within the standard times now? But in shop floor, always it is not possible to get it 100%, plus minus 5 to 10 minutes will be there. So we can tolerate that much, but should not be any wide variations in this. So main objective of the work measurement, already we have read about this, but whenever there is a need to check the performance of different workers, we require the standard times. Then estimate man, material, machinery requirements. So triple M formula is there's man, machine, and materials. How much mans will required in the shop floors? What is the material for this? Which type of machinery we requires? For examples, if you want to manufacturing a shaft, so which type of machinery we requires a lathe machines for turning purpose. If kiwi is there, we require the milling machines. If threading is required, again lathe machine. If any hole is there, we require drilling machine. So by this work measurements, we can estimate the type of materials, the type of machinery, and how much manpower is required. So this is one of the techniques. So triple M formula estimation purpose, we can use the work measurements. And third, to determine the valuable capacity of given level of workforce and machineries. Capacity of the our industry or our workshops, we can justify by using this. Suppose any order is there's number of shaft, and we have some standard time calculation. Then for 100 shaft, how much time is required? Uh, that we will going to calculate, and that is nothing but the capacity of that shop floors. These things we will get through the work measurements. Then four, to compare the work methods for economical comparison. So many work methods are there. Maybe machining methods, maybe forging methods, maybe casting methods, maybe pressing methods, maybe fabricated methods. So we can compare all these methods on basis of the economic criteria. Now, fifth point, it is very easy to decide the uh, incentive scheme, bonus scheme, or daily wages systems. We can make use of the work measurement. Then six, to facilitate operating schedule, means production planning and control. It is very easy if we have the work measurement technique. Then the production planning and controls, this is very easy if you use these work measurements. Then where to apply the work measurement? It is widely used where work or part of work is repetitive. Mass production is there. Repetitive means mass production. So three general criteria are there for measurable work. First criteria, work should be identified in terms of number of units produced by workers. So quantity here is important. Suppose we have decided the standard time, and within that times how many quantity we are going to manufacture. Uh, these things we will get. Then second, work should be performed in a reasonable, consistent manner. There should be consistent, means within the uh, afternoons or before afternoons, the same quantity should be there. Consistency in the manufacturing. Volume of the work should be justifiable to perform the study and keeping records. It is we can justify the volume within 8 hours. How much the volumes will be there within the next shift? How much volumes we're going to produce third shift? So totally monthly, how much the volumes of the productions will be there? We can justify with help of work measurements. Now, next part, the basic procedures for work measurement in industry. So suppose you will going to select any jobs in any industry, we have to select these jobs for study. After that, all relevant data related to job is recorded with the elements of work. Suppose any job with you having a number of operation, maybe machining operation, maybe casting operation, maybe forging operation. So whatever the present manufacturing process it is going on, so that you have to record. After that, by asking different types of questions, critical examination, just like our method study, we have seen the number of question, purpose, who will do that, where we will do that, why that person, why we cannot go to select other. So like this, a number of questions should be there. So this is one of the brainstorming. Critical examination means brainstorming part is there. So by critical examination of detailed breakdown of jobs to find effective motion methods being used, separate them from unproductive intelligent elements. So here's by using these critical examinations to find out the effective motion and methods, separate each in elements to find out the times for each and elements, reduce the unproductive times. So like this way we can go for the examination. So first select, record the present methods. After that, think over the new methods and examine this. And after that, you can start that new thing. And what is going in the new things that you have to measure. That is quantify the work involves in each element in terms of times using appropriate work measuring techniques. So each element, how much time is there that you have to measure. Then compels the standard time for operations in the study using suitable allowance to cope with the delay caused by relaxation, fatigue, and operator personal need is complete. So here is standard times you can get by using that observed times, by using various type of techniques, and in that we can add the different types of allowance. After that, define precisely the series of activity and method of operation for which time has been compiled and issue the time standard for specified methods. And last part is once it is okay, then you have to make it round. This is the standard times for this method. Then up till now we have gone through the what is the definition, what is the objective, and what is the basic procedures. Once again I will repeat the core concept of work measurements. What is the going in the industry, it converts that work into the standard times, because standard times we have decided on the basis of qualified experienced person, the high efficient person, and this we have to compare with the other worker and get it expect to remain same times for all. Okay. If the standard time is there, so definitely it is very easy for production planning and control, cost reduction, inventory controls, and the future delivery date decide the capacity of the plant. It is very, very important. So this thing we have seen up till now. Now next in the work measurement, what are the techniques of the work measurement? There are several techniques used for estimation of stand times in industry. These including time study, work sampling, standard data methods, and predetermined motion time system. So here, so four methods are there. Time study means we can use directly time study watch, maybe fly or cumulative types of watches we can use for measurement. Observe times we have to note down, this will comes under this time study. Then work sampling means if mass production is there, it is not possible to take the individual study. Then we can take certain samples on statistical basis, certain competency level and accuracy. On basis of that, we can decide the standard times. The standard data methods means already existing data that we can use for work measurement purpose. Predetermined motion times means for particular motions we have to decide certain times for grasping how much second is required. Then after grasping we have to get it and put to the next place how much time is there. So your hand movement or arm movement or the movement of any part of our body while working, how much time is required, so that we have to decide, and same times again we have to use for same motion types of the activity. Then time study, what it contains time study, against it is given here. Time study is the most versatile and most widely used technique of work review. So up till now, in many industry, the stopwatch methods, it is most commonly used for work measurement. Second, it is used to estimate the times to be allowed to qualified and well-trained worker working at normal pace to complete specified tasks by using specified methods. Once again, the repetitive word is there. Always you have to remember standard times. It has been calculated on basis of the workers and machines performance. Which type of worker here we require? Trained worker, qualified worker, good experienced worker, efficient workers. First of all, you have to get the work done from such person, and same thing we have to apply for other person. This technique is based on measuring the work contains prescribed methods with allowance fatigue and personal and unavoidable delays. So whatever observed into performance rating is there. In that you can add certain allowance. Certain allowance means which type of allowance? The time will get due to the personal problems. Okay. Then time will get due to the fatigue of the workers. The time will get due to the unavoidable delays. For example, in the machining condition or in the process of the manufacturing, sometimes the delay will happens due to the power off. So that time also you have to consider while calculating the standard times. Then selection of jobs for time study. So here new jobs or activity on which points need to remember. First, as operations appear to be bottlenecks, means in production, any obstacles are there. Bottlenecks means obstacles are there. That you have to find, and there you have to go for the study. Need of standard time to introduce incentive scheme. In industry, sometimes we want to introduce incentive scheme, bonus systems, or any other things, additional things if you add, then we require the standard system. Change in material or method of working to set new methods. Suppose the old method is there, and if you want to convert old method in new methods, there should be specific times plays important roles. If the time is saving, that means your improvement in methods always be there. For such place, we can go for a time study. If suppose any casting process is going on, any forging process is going on, upset forging is going on. So let us consider the upset forging example. A bolt head is there. So bolt head, this is manufactured by upset forging. Here, while designing and some of the methods, we have seen our industry. It is in positions of that manufacturing to manufacture the bolt heads by using two process. So one process is there's the die cavity means bolt head. It has been manufactured in the lower half of the die, and hammer is upper side. This is one method. In second case, the bolt heads the cavity. It is manufactured in the upper half, and die is only used for the insert the raw material. So which is the best methods of either upper portions die cavity which is already manufactured, this is okay, or those die having the lower portions, the die cavity has been manufactured. So which is the best method? So this thing, while deciding the method which is the best methods, we require the time, because if you put the manufactured heading part cavity in the upper half, then it is very useful for ejecting the pin from the die from the bottom. But if you manufacture the cavity for the bolt head in the lower half, then it is very difficult for ejecting these pins. Time will be more for this. So this party also plays the important jobs. And whenever this process is going on in industry, you can concentrate. There should be need of time study. Means one jobs we can manufacture by two methods. In short, one job we can manufacture by two methods, but which is the best methods? Whenever there is a need to select the best method, your time study plays the important role in that case. The last complaint from the workers about set time standard for an operation. Sometimes in the shop floors, there should be always compliment from the workers. This is very critical jobs. It is not possible to manufacture within 8 hours. Okay, sometimes some workers feel it is very simple jobs we can manufacture within the 2 3 hours. So these opinions always be there. So how we can normalize this type of opinions by using this time study technique. Then next, excessive idle times for machines or extremely low output of the machines. So suppose the manufacturing process it is going in industry, maybe machining process or the press tooling process, forging process, any process, rolling process. Sometimes there is a problem. Some process getting excessive times. So why there is actually a requirement of this excessive time? So if you need to analyze this, here we require the time study. Compare the efficiency of two methods. Once again, comparison new method and old methods. For efficiency comparison purpose, we require time study. Make preliminary investigations to carry out method study. So initially, before work measurement, there should be method study. Mean change the old method into new methods, and while changing here, plays time study play a role that is very important. Excessive cost of particular jobs means if any job is there, for example, carburetor job is there, engine head job is there, bearing is there, and if you want to go for reducing the cost of manufacturing, then here we have to make use of the time study. Such a place you have to select for time study. The next selection of worker for time study is very important factor in success of this time study. Workers, anyhow, we have to get the work done from workers, and we have to give specific times to the workers. Worker plays important roles to achieve this given the times. So here's the success of time studies definitely depends upon the workers. If more than one person performing the same operation, the time study means may time one or more of the workers. So if any person is working just near to that person, two, three persons are working the same jobs. Okay. And but the completion time is variables. So whenever this situation is there, we can make use of the time study here. The qualities in worker on which time study should be conducted must be so related to worker here given have a necessary skill for the job. First, you can check the skill of the job. Have sufficient experience with given method of job. So before the time study, you can get it checked. Skill is there, experience is there, average working speed is there, then it is suitable to that method's knowledge or purpose of study, whether that person know or not. This is related to workers. Only one point here you have to remember. A time study always you have to calculate on basis of the this qualified skill person, experienced person, skill person, 100% performance. On basis of this, you can go for calculations. This point here it is given. Then time study equipments. The four types of equipments normally it has been used in industry. Timing devices means watch, different types of watches are there. This time study observation seat is there. Then board is also there. Others writing material is there. This is very simple things. Just we require watch and one time study seat for observation purpose. And here stopwatch is the most widely used in timing devices for time study. Once again, two types of watches it has been used for measurement of times, and other parts it should be on the papers. Although electronic timer is also sometimes used, sometimes digital types of watches it has been used. Electronic timer can measure times accurately to third decimal or second, can keep large volume of data. So nowadays, instead of this moving pointers watch, nowadays digital pointers watch it has been used for measurement of times in the industry. So here is the stopwatch. The inside circle is there, outside circle is there. So within the one rotation, this inside circle pointer will move one division. So this is the digital types. This is the camera also we can use. This is also one of the stopwatch for measurement of the times. This is also one of the device for measurement of times. This is the seat required. Now you can change in that seat, but this is for your reference purpose. Here is the field of seat for calculation of the observed times. Here is also given the seat for measurement of the times for each. For example, any uh, screw tightening set screw is there. So each activity timing is given there. Then time study board is there. We can write how much time is required for particular job. So here's time study, one more board is there. So these are the devices normally used in industry. Only here you have to remember the watch must be with you, one seat must be with you, and each activity you have to see the times and input in that boards, and ultimately whatever observed time is there, in this observed times into the performance you will get normal times or basic times. And in that normal or basic times, if you add the personal allowance and contingency allowance, you will get standard times. So timing element, cumulative timing. In this method, stopwatch runs continuously without throughout the study. So here, uh, cumulative timing is that whatever once the study will start, the stopwatch runs continuously without throughout the study. Watch is started at first element of work cycle two times and not stopped until whole study is completed. Means how many rotation taken by that pointers throughout the work that you have to measure. At the end of each element, the watch reading is recorded. Suppose turning operation is there. So watch will move to 0 to 1. After that facing 1 to 2. So each operation you can note down the times for this. Time for each individual invoice calculated later by successive subtractions. No, sometimes 1 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, like this is there. So how much time is required for a fourth element, that will get deduct from the subsequent or the backward to 3 times, you will get the exactly times, because your pointer is moving continuously. This procedure gives the total time during which the jobs done recorded, and this is your observed times. Recording means observed time. Then first is flyback method, and second first is cumulative method. So this is the cumulative methods, means continuous running is there, and here is a flyback method is there. Flyback means the once work will start and once it will get finished, this next times this watch will come to the zero, this fly back. Suppose any operation is there, required 2 3 minutes, then once we start that buttons, the pointer will move 2 to 3 minutes, and there it will get stopped and it will return back to the zero. So this is the flyback timings method. Then observations seat is there. Now you can make as per your convenience what is the operation, drawing numbers, name of the worker, time study person, date, place. This is the common things because each times whenever time study is going on, the present data means which shop, which departments you have conducted the study, for which operation, which drawing is there for, from which type of worker you made this time study, date and place should be there. It should be contained in the work study. Now here the observation sheet, same thing is there. 2 3 slides I have shown there. Observation sheet is there. Okay. Then time study board is there. Wait board is there. Whenever observed time is made by this time watch, just you can put on that boards, and ultimately you can calculate the total times for this. This is the this is the time study board is there. Always in the every department nearer to the head of that department, this time study board is just like our whiteboard. Now procedures. Now what is the procedure for time study? Method study procedures we have seen. Similar types of process here we can use for time study. So first that is the define the object of study, involve statement of the result and precision. These are required level of competence and estimated time standards. So here define the objective. So why we are going to conduct the time study? Because here problems about the delivery dates, problems about the wastage of the timing, problems about the workers' wages systems, problem about the incentives, and there is a lack of the mentally stability in that worker. For this purpose, uh, we have to think where to estimate the times. Then second, verify the standard method condition exists for operations and operator is properly trained. If need is felt for method training, further training of operators, same way completed before starting time study. So here, as usual, just our recording technique is there in method study. Same thing is there for the step 2. So step 3 is there, select operator to study if there are more than one operator doing the same task. So how, on which basis you will going to select operators? Skill should be there, qualified should be there, experience will be there, these steps will be there. Step 4, record information about standard method operator. This is the recording technique. Then fifth is divide the operation into element, and each element you have to decide the time. The time for operator each element recorded at a few cycles time. So everything you have to put on that boards for each element of that works, and after that you have to make the sum of this, and which is used for calculation of normal or basic times. Then seventh, collect record data for required number of cycle by timing and rating operators. So what data is required? The observed times data is required, and rating means performs rating, means the level of that operator is below hundreds or above 100. Step number 8, calculate representative watch times for each element operation, multiply rating factor, means observed times into the rating. Here this is the formula it is given, normal times, or this is called normal time, this is called also basic time, is equal to observed times into the rating factor. Observed times, how you will get? Observed times by stopwatch study you will get observed time, and rating qualified experienced person 100% performance. This is in the percentage, 100 divided 100 1, like this way. Calculate normal time, and this normal times we can add personal allowance or contingency allowance, you will get the standard time. Step number 9, determine the allowance for fatigue and variance. So here's 4 to 5 types of allowances are there. In that, maybe personal allowance and contingency allowance. This both allowance plays important roles in the standard times calculation. Policy allowance will not be considered. This is the management allowance for work measurement. And last one, determine the standard times for operations. Any operation, for example, upset forging to making a one head of the pin, how much time is required? Once you got this, suppose making one head in the upset forging, we require 2 minutes. So we can record the 2 minutes for this, and that data you have to store in the computers. And whenever next type of production will be there, you can make the worksheet, you can make the production planning, and in that manufacture the same pin head within the 2 minutes. 2 minutes because it is standard calculation. Performance rating. So what is the performance rating? Just now we have discussed observed times into the performance rating. What is that performance rating? So performance rating is the process of adjusting the actually pace for working of an operator by compare it with mental picture pace of the operator working at normal speed. Means speed of working by using his skill, qualification, and experience. Person normally you can work, and that work time is supposed to be 100%. Means qualified, experienced, and high skilled person in what speed he is working, that speed supposed to be 100% performance. So performance rating, this is the depends upon these four factors: speed rate, the waste house method of rating, synthetic rating, and objective rating. So this is not part of our syllabus, but anyhow you have to uh, concentrate on the performance based upon skill and the qualification and experience of the worker. So some methods are there which is not part of our syllabus. Let us we see the allowances. So here's 5 types of allowances are there, but some of allowance need not to be considered. So in this pictures, specific allowance is the one of the part which is actually fifth of types of allowance. Means other than this, we can make use of certain allowance as per your choice while calculating standard time. But what is the allowance? Allowance means additional time in respect of the calculated times, maybe the personal problems, maybe machine maintenance problems, tool wear problems, power off problems, and the management problems. So in order to compensate these all problems, certain times we have to give to the workers. For example, suppose at morning 8 o'clock one shift will going to start. So after 9:30 power will get off. So how much time will get? Maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So this 5 or 10 minutes you have to consider. This is the contingency. Sometimes after 2 3 hours, workers he will go to his personal leaves. Then here we have to add the relaxation allowance. Okay. While working in the shop floors, in one line, 2 3 machines are there. But third machine, because of the some gear problems or because of screw problems, the one machine will get stopped. The other two machine will get stopped. So this is the interference. To compensate this, we have to give additional the time for this. So this is actually the allowances. So the personal problem compensation, the breakdowns maintenance problem compensations, the power of problems compensation, the incentive scheme. Suppose if we are working very fast and output is more, the management will provide some allowance in terms of money to their worker. This is the policy allowance. But This policy allowance will not considered in the standard times calculations. So what is that relaxation allowance? This comes under the personal allowance. The variable allowances are there. Interference means breakdowns of one or two machines. We have to compensate that times. Contingency power of examples I have given to you. And the policy allowance, this is management allowance for increment purpose, incentive purpose. So here is the one chart, it is given. So in short, you have to remember the personal allowance to fulfill the personal need, contingency allowance, power of examples, you have to interference, machine breakdowns is there, and policy allowance. If management want to introduce incentive scheme, bonus scheme, additional payments, it we require the policy allowance, but policy allowance will not be considered in the standard times calculation. So this is standard times. By figure, it is given first observed times by stopwatch into rating factor plus allowances, it will become standard times. So here is the some problems already we have solved. Whenever these type of problems are there, observed times into performance rating. For example, 0.2 observed time is there into 85 divided by 100. You will get this normal time or basic time, and in percentage of this you can add the contingency allowance or your personal allowance. Here it is 50%, means suppose normal time is 10 minutes. Okay, 10 into 15 divided by 100, this is your personal allowance. So like this you can calculate the standard times. Second problem is also same problems are there, standard times calculation. And checking methods as per standard times, checking points are there, breaking job into elements, so many element already we have discussed while calculating the work measurement. Each element you have to get it separate and assign the standard times by using the times, and total time once one job will complete from starting to end, this is supposed to be considered cycle times, and there is need to reduce the cycle times in this process of the manufacturing. Different types of elements are there, repetitive elements, constant element, manual elements, so many elements are there, but here anyhow you have to remember the where actually uh, the time will get waste in the each element that you have to consider. Then the work sampling, you know this is a technique, statistical technique. Whenever mass production is there, you have to make use of this work sampling technique. Statistical method, simple part is there. What is the work sampling, where we can use, and how to calculate the number of observation. This formula you can use, number of observation at competency level. So solve one numerical problems on basis of this. N that is equal to 4, 1 minus P A2, that is the accuracy, and P is the activity. This is the activity in percentage. So here's the number of observations. Suppose mass production is there, how much observation will take? What is the competency level and what is the limit of accuracy? Plus minus 2, competency level 95 you can put here, and activity percentage, maybe 3 divided by 100 for like this, and you can calculate number of observations. So this technique is used for mass production purpose. So this some problems who already have this chart need not remember because it is not part of your syllabus. Charts is there. Now last part, that is predetermined motion study. So here some of the motions of our organs body, it has been measured by using the camera. So suppose one hand is moving to catch jobs, how much time is required? After lifting their job, it will comes to the origin, how much? So each motions, the time has been standardized. That's why the name is given predetermined time study. So this is the last parts. Okay, thank you. This is the revision of the work measurement technique. Tomorrow we're going to see the facility location and plant layout revisions, chapter number 5th and last chapter number, job evaluation and merit rating. If possible, also we can cover in tomorrow's lectures. Once again, thanks to all of you. Very simple things are there. If anybody having any problems, you can discuss with me. But one more things I would like to tell, whatever the assignments I already have given to you, that assignments, and those have not submitted the class test, they have to submit. After this, our ISC 2 will be there based upon our second section, work measurement, facility location and job evaluation. So next, our ISC second will be there. So you have to study for second sections. Okay, thank you once again to all of you. Our time is over.